Hi, everyone.
Good afternoon. I'm sorry. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Renee Burrell Gutierrez, and I'm the hearing officer this afternoon. Can everybody hear me okay? We have Robbie's iPad, and then I think we have 3 people on telephone. We have Mr. White.
I'm calling in by phone. My name is Marge Chickering. I'm a representative for the applicant, Buttermilk Restaurant Group, and I can hear you fine.
Okay, thank you. We'll be with you in a moment. Somebody is still connecting. We have 2 people on phone. One, Ms. Chickering, is your phone ending in 45?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's you. And then we have somebody with a phone number ending in 92. They're on mute at the moment. And then we have Mr. Levi White. So we'll go ahead and get started. It sounds like everybody can hear me. We have 2 applications this afternoon. And one of them is for 2 requests and the other is for 1 request. So it is 4:01. We'll begin the public hearing. Alex, would you present the first application?
Yes, ma'am. Item 2A on the agenda is request from Buttermilk Restaurant Group, LLC for the following. Number 1 is pursuant to section 60-6B-10 NMSA 1978, consideration of a waiver of the 300-foot location restriction to allow the sale of alcohol at Capital Cold Neighborhood Eatery, 326 South Guadalupe Street, which is within 300 feet of New Mexico School for the Arts, located at 500 Montezuma Avenue. And number 2, if the waiver of the 300-foot location restriction is granted, consideration of a request for a restaurant A beer and wine liquor license with on-premises consumption only and patio service to be located at Capital Cold Neighborhood Eatery, 326 South Guadalupe Street.
Okay, thank you very much. So I believe that Ms. Chickering is here on behalf of this applicant. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Chickering, I'm going to ask that.
I believe the applicant is on the phone as well. I think that was the 92 number that you mentioned.
Okay, very good. Thank you. So Ms. Chickering, since you'll be presenting the application, we would like to go ahead and have you sworn in.
Do you
I'll
have
ask
the
our court clerk to
capability?
proceed.
Do you have the capability to put your camera on?
No, I don't.
Okay, I need you to raise your right hand and state your name and your address.
Marge Chickering. My address is 87 Two Lane Road, Venice, Florida, 34293. Applicant, representative for Buttermilk Restaurant Group.
Thank you. Under penalty of perjury, do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Chickering, I would just like you to know that I did review the application. And I noted that the first item on the agenda, or the first item on the application to be addressed, is the waiver of the 300-foot distance requirement, as this location is within 300 feet of a school or religious institution. I note that a letter was sent out to the affected party. Alex, do we have anybody from the public that would like to speak on this application?
There were no written comments that were received, and everybody that was in the waiting room at the start of the meeting is currently in the room. Should we raise hands if anybody has comment?
Okay, so that will be my next question. Does anybody who's currently on the call have wish to make a statement with regard to this application? If so, please raise your hand or make a statement that you would like to speak. Mr. Rivas, did you wish to speak to this application? I can't hear him. Can anybody hear him? Mr. Rivas, can you check your volume and we'll see if there's anything on our side.
I am still unable to hear him, but Mr. Rivas is the applicant that's applying for San Francisco Street, the next request that's on the agenda. I'm not too sure if he
Okay.
has public comment for this request, though.
I'm here, Rob
Okay.
Day, and I'm also a legal representative of Masari Corporation.
Okay. And did you have any comment with regard to this application?
Regarding the Masari Corporation, no,
No,
I
I'm
think-
sorry, regarding the one that we're doing first, which is the Buttermilk Restaurant
No.
Group.
No,
Okay.
we're fine there.
Okay, well then I'm going to set you aside for a moment while we finish up here. So Mr. Rivas, we're not able to hear you, but my question is, do you have any comments with regard to the Buttermilk Group application? Just nod your head yes or no. Okay, so we'll come back to you then in a moment. Is there anybody at all that on the call that would like to make any statement with regard to what we're on is the waiver of the 300-foot requirement on the application? Okay, it doesn't look like there is anybody. And we did not receive any written comments, so we'll proceed to the next item, which is that the application is for a Restaurant A beer and wine license. So I'm going to ask Ms. Chickering if she has any additional comments that she wants to make with regard to this application.
No, I am told by the state that we are coming in at 297 feet. So we're 3 feet short of the requirement, and we would respectfully ask for a variance on that distance.
Okay, right, I noted that 297-foot was in the application as well. So Ms. Chickering, there will be 2 conditions placed on the approval of this application. One is that the applicant obtain the necessary permits and licenses and comply with all fire, building, and land use codes. And the second is that the applicant would comply with all City of Santa Fe ordinances. Ms. Chickering, would the applicant have any objection to either of those 2 requirements?
No, she wouldn't, and she's already had her fire inspection and everything is fine, and she's getting all of her permits, so that's no problem.
Okay. All right, well then, being nothing further on this application, we'll go ahead and, Ms. Chickering, I will prepare a report which will be sent to the governing body for consideration, and the application will move forward in that manner.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time and for your attendance. Very good. We'll move on to the next item on the agenda, and that is the application of Masari. And Alex, would you please present that application?
Yes, ma'am. Item 2B on the agenda is request from Masari LLC for a Restaurant B beer, wine, and spirits liquor license with on-premises consumption only to be located at San Francisco Street Bar and Grill, 50 East San Francisco Street.
Okay, thank you. And so I understand that Mr. Day, are you representing the applicant on this?
I am, yes.
Okay. I'm going to ask that you be sworn in by our clerk.
Yes, Mr. Day, if you could please raise your right hand, state your name and your address.
My name is Robert Day, and I live at 1654 Wilderness Gate, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Under penalty of perjury, do you swear that the testimony you are about to give is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Day. I also note that I did receive a copy of the application and I had the opportunity to review this. Is there anything additional that you would like to add to the application at this time?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. And is there anybody on the call? I'm sorry, Alex, did we receive any written comments on this application?
There were no written comments received, and there's currently nobody in the waiting room.
Okay. Is there anybody on the call that would like to address this application? I understand that we have Mr. Day as the representative, and then we have Mr. Rivas as the applicant himself. Is there anybody else that would like to speak to this application? Okay, being nobody else, I will note, Mr. Day, that the condition of there will be a condition of approval placed on the application, and that is that the applicant comply with all City of Santa Fe ordinances. And would the applicant have any problem with that?
No, we don't.
Okay. Is there that was the only thing on that application. Is there anything else that you would like to bring forth that we need to just consider at this time?
No, I think we're fine at this time.
Okay. And I apologize to Mr. Rivas that for whatever reason we weren't able to hear you. But we see you. Thank you. And again, I will prepare a hearing officer report on this application. It will be forwarded to the governing body for consideration. And this will move forward in that manner.